Great, we found Dad's pawn stash. That's cool. Alright, we can't pick up any of the books. What is grab book? Stranger Under My Roof. The #1 best-selling advice for parents of teens, understanding teens, Dr. Eliza Medina. Teens are not that difficult to understand. Basically, they have to transition from being children to being adults. So they need to figure out how to be adults. Right? So as long as you can kind of tell them how to be an adult, then they'll figure it out. It's not that complicated. The teen years are fraught with change of all types, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, but these changes don't just affect your teen. Your teen's turbulent years are a challenge for parents as well, maybe the biggest challenge you've yet faced having children. This book holds insights into your teen's behavior from the very beginning as he or she first enters adolescence up through the end of teen years as he or she enters young adulthood. The practical strategies here are based on well-tested principles of pediatric psychology, presented by Dr. Eliza Medina, herself a mother of 2 teenagers, prepared to gain new tools for establishing productive, healthy, and loving dialogue with a stranger under your roof. Great. Open folder. Oh, 0451, we found it, guys. It was just written there in massive numbers. Dear Terence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Even then, it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non sequiturs from the usual copy without heavy rewrites. The readers of Home Theater Aficionado want to hear about quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations on your childhood. I think Dad is losing his mind. David's known you for a long time and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. You should write him a nice note thanking him for his patience and generosity, look through your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again, then everyone will be happy. Alright, well, Dad is apparently not the writer he used to be. He might be getting old and losing his mind. 0451. We can't pick up the plants. We got frame rate issues on a game like this. Like I'm getting down, like I'm looking at the book apparently. I mean looking at the cupboard was going down to like 15 frames a second. Examine magazine. Fresh. True stories. I was a teenage drag queen. Readers tell us about their worst moments. 902 and more. Does anyone still care? No. The male gaze, how to subvert it. Well, you kick the guy in the nuts, that's how you subvert the male gaze. Sarah Hall's Not Gathering Moss. That's a teenager's magazine. More tissue boxes. There's more tissue boxes here than I expect. What is that? It's a coaster with a leaf on it, alright. And that... oh wait, that is a thing. The Accidental Patriarch Villain, Ambassador Messiah. The Accidental Patriarch Villain, Ambassador Messiah, the occasional, sometimes unreliable savior hero, a year on the mountain, come down from the mountain. The Accidental Prophet, the Unreliable Prophecy, the Accidental Prophet. Alright, so it's trying to come up with a new book, I guess. Alright, we found the combination. It's 0451. Read documents. Kubelik and Wise, attorneys at law. Dear Mr. Mason, please find enclosed your original document and a typed copy for your records. The notarized copy has been filed at our offices. Thank you for entrusting our firm with this important matter. Will and Testament of Oscar Mason. I, Oscar Mason, possessing full competence of mind and memory, and after full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare this my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. 1. I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County, that I am unmarried and have no children. Why do you need to declare? Oh, because of inheritance, I see. I declare that I have no outstanding debts to my name to any creditors living or dead. I do hereby bequeath every item of value of which I may die possessed, including the dwelling and surrounding acres located at 1 Arbor Hill, as well as any and all personal property and moneyed accounts, to Terence L. J. Breyer, Jr. of Ellis County. In the event that said Terence L. J. Breyer, Jr. should predecease me, then and in such event the bequest to him shall fall, and the same is bequeathed to his children as ordered by age and competence as stewards of the estate. I subscribe my name to this will by 13th day of August 1970. So we basically inherited this house and a whole lot of other loot from this guy. And that's just the handwritten copy. Why did we have to find that in a locked drawer? Like, why do we have to find that? Maybe we don't have to do that. It's just stuff that we choose to do. Is that a thing? Read crumpled note. Hey, are you the new girl Sam? I'm Tommy. I'm back. I'm at the back behind you. Wave if you get this right back. Hi Tommy, yes I'm Samantha, and yes I'm Neil, what's up? I just thought since you were new, maybe you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends either, so I thought I'd ask something if you don't mind. Yes or no? No, I don't mind. What do you want to ask? Was it just your uncle who went psycho, or does it run in your family? Well, why don't you give him a snarky answer, like, you know, your mum's psycho, or like, you know, your face is ugly. That's always a good comeback. Your face. You just need to... That's a tape. Do you guys know what this is? Oh, this is a cassette tape. This is a VH... What's it called? VCR tape. Oh, VHS tape. Look at that. Amazing. 120 minutes of tape. You didn't have DVDs back then. You had tape. And they were ridiculously bad quality. Like, the more you watch them, the more they degrade. It was terrible. What's this? Just that? Someone strumming? Oh, this is pretty good. Alright, I don't really want to... Role model? Girl Scout role model. No idea what that is, but I might be a little too young to recognize the music. It's a book that Dad wrote. The Accidental Savior. Oh, hey, look, that's that JFK book he wrote. November, John Russell knows that his president's life hangs in the balance, but who would believe him? Not just another James Bond. A high-class political thriller. Great, Dad. Read letter? 1978, Terry. Hey man, how have you been? I know you're a published author and everything now, but my editor at Hi-Fi Aficionado has too much review work to go around, and he's looking for another freelancer. Naturally, I thought of you. You were saying in your last letter how much of a pain it's been trying to find a publisher for your latest work of literature. And writing stereo reviews is dead simple. Sit at home with a glass of scotch, listen to some records and write up how it sounds, and then get paid. I've included some issues of the mag to use as examples. If you're interested, send some writing samples to my editor. I'll tell him your old college chum Mike sent you. Here's the address. The Old Boys Club, eh? The Old Boys Club. That's how you find jobs. Not by actually having any skills. Because your mates is also mates with the boss. What does that say? The Andromeda Strain. That's a pretty awesome movie. The Time Machine. Clue. The Time Machine. Fantastic Voyage. Top Gun. Top Gun is a pretty good movie, especially if you like looking at dudes playing volleyball. Ghostbusters Labyrinth. Man, this is a pretty good collection. What is that? Clash of the Titans. JFK. X-Files. The whole thing. Blade Runner Director's Cut. My favorite film of all time. Possibly. Beetlejuice, Robocop. We got some real classics here. What is this? More cupboards? Why is there a cupboard in every single room? The Haven in the Edge of the World. Samantha Greenbrier, Grade 2, Story The Turtle People, Part 1. The Turtle People! Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean. It went on forever, or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom. It was the Black Pirate ship. She yelled, I thought we'd lost them at Horse Island. The first mate said, it looks like you thought too soon. The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out on the deck of the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, "Ya never gonna find the edge, there ain't no paradise, and ya father were a liar." Captain Allegra yelled back then, "Why do you keep following us, you imbecile?" With 2 L's. The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world, and you'll see her father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed towards the sunset. That's an excellent story. Possibly a better love story than Twilight. Alright, well that was interesting, but not really conducive to the plot. What does that say? Sam thought this might help Dad, making friends even when you're shy. Alright. Feeling lonely? It's a piece of cake to make friends. Never worry again about having friends to spend time with. Okay, I don't...
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform. She's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Wait, so you thought the guy with the Nintendo was creepy, but you like the girl who plays Street Fighter? What? Never mind. People, kids. Who even understands kids these days? I mean, back then. I mean, this was 1995, right? Who even understands kids back then? What is going on here? I can read this shipping label from David Cupping to Terrence. Alright. Hi Terry, enclosed please find a Pioneer blah 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 unit with remote and cables. We need a half-page review for the October issue, so that gives you about 2 weeks to get us the copy for edit. Standard stuff like you gave us on the CLD D502. It's a combi player, so check its CD playback with a few discs as well as laserdisc, and they want us to definitely hit the signal to noise ratio and Toslink stuff for high-end buyers. Looking forward to your take on it. Enjoy the unit. Alright, well, that's an interesting painting. And can I light the fireplace? Grab matchbook. You can't set the house on fire. Turn lamp on. What is a coaster? It's a different coaster from the previous one. What is that? TV listing, Family Matters. Alright, so this is just old school television shows. It's down here. Nothing? Drawer? Nothing? This is basically going through other people's drawer, the game. Grab Poltergeist book. Haunting and Poltergeist. Somebody's been reading spooky stories underneath the pillow fortress there. Amori pizza. And there's no actual pizza. I'm so disappointed right now. There's no actual pizza inside the pizza box. What does that say? Bratmobile. Funny. Alright, well there's nothing really in there. This house is massive. And we're Not even done halfway through the... We can't erase the painting. Bunch of coupons. Save 25 cents. Back in 1995, 25 cents was a lot of money. Like you could buy maybe like a candy bar with 25 cents or something. Tortilla chips? That's pretty good. Examine pamphlet. United States Department of Agriculture, U.S. National Forestry Manual, Northwest Region Prescribed Burn Procedures and Precautions. That's a massive pamphlet describing fire safety, I guess, or burn procedures. Alright, let's just find the lights. What is this? More books. This house is far too big. There's just far too much stuff for us to randomly click on and read. Oh, it's vinyl. Do we have like a player somewhere around here? So back before we had MP3 players, we had music on vinyl. What a nerd. What is this? Open folder? Read assignment. Reproductive System Worksheet 6. Name Samantha Greenbrier. Directions. Below are 2 stories. The events are all out of order. Get a sheet of lined paper. Choose one of the 2 stories and rewrite it. Begin with the title and your name. Find a topic sentence to begin your paragraph. Put the sentences in chronological order. Make sure the last sentence is a good concluding statement. A. The menstrual cycle. So let me just try and do this. It's